What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel.
Welcome.
So today I want to go over a review of Fortnite Chapter 4. Is it actually worth playing? We'll go over all of the brand new changes, as well as kind of like a review on the season with the review of some of the newer items. So this is a frequently asked question that I get asked all the time since I do play lots of games. Sometimes people wonder, is it worth getting back into Fortnite playing this season? Because sometimes, you know, re-downloading or getting the update is a big file size. So here's what this season really offers. In terms of the weapons, with the exception of the hammer, most of the things are already going to be familiar. We have a thunder shotgun that's similar to kind of like the pump, and then we have like an auto shotgun called the Maven shotgun. But for the most part, a lot of the things are kind of things we've already seen before. The brand new item that really makes the game different for this chapter is specifically the new hammer. The hammer gives an insane amount of mobility. It's not OP for actually eliminating people. It did recently take a nerf where now you can't like hit people through structures, and it has a change in the cooldown. But for the most part, that's the only real new item that's going to be changing up gameplay. But for the most part, we got a brand new map, so that's kind of new, but most of the items we've kind of already had before, which is a thing that some people like completely new things. Now, we do get brand new, there's kind of two new SMGs that weren't in the last season. Technically, the Uzi, that was kind of already in before, and I think that that one is pretty fun to mess around with compared to the Twin SMG, which is an interesting mechanic of how it reloads. But for the most part, to answer the question, is this season worth going back into? If you already liked Fortnite, especially with like Zero Build being added into the game, I feel like Zero Build was a brand new change that completely changed up Fortnite, right? There's not anything with this season and chapter that are completely brand new that completely change everything with the exception of the hammer. That's like the biggest change. But to get a brand new, completely new map, it's a pretty big dub, because sometimes with other various video games, you get like, you know, one or two new POIs with a brand new season and or chapter, but Fortnite always does it big. Now, the biggest change also to the game, technically in the addition that could maybe be changed, is actually in the perk system, where maybe you can make it so you don't have to reload as often, because you get like, you know, sometimes there's a chance where like you use an item and it doesn't actually use ammo for like medium weapons. You can like reload light weapons a little bit faster. There's a few changes, but overall, I would say they're not perks where it completely changes up gameplay. It's just a small little like buff. There are some ones that are like a little bit better than others. One makes it so like you can jump and kind of have like a shockwave effect. One of them makes it so you can use redeploy. There's a lot of cool little changes. You can see this one over here. Sprinting will reload your shotgun, which is kind of cool. But these don't change up gameplay that much. They're kind of just a fun little thing to add an additional like a newer change to the season. I really wish we get to pick our perks / augments, is what they're called, in the very beginning. But those are like the biggest changes. Now I want to go ahead and kind of give more of a review now that I've kind of explained like, man, kind of what's new here. I'll go over all of the brand new weapons here as well. So starting right off, in terms of the review of the season overall, I would say if you enjoy Fortnite, this is a pretty big update, because there's just so much stuff to mess around with. Well, it doesn't really have too many actually new things. And what I mean by that is we've had items that are very similar before, like the Excalibur rifle. You shoot it and then after duration explodes. It's almost like kind of like the explosive like a bow in general. Like, again, a lot of these items, even though we get a brand new set of shotguns, we have new ARs, there's new pistol, like there's a lot of new things, but they're very similar to older things. I'm looking for that brand new content. I want to see some new exotics. I want to see some new mythics. Remember the season where Midas was in the game, that everyone went to the very middle of the map to get the drum gun? That was really cool. I want certain things to like appear on the map that are like super sought after. Like, remember when we had in the very beginning, there was that Shockwave grenade launcher that one of the cat NPCs had. We had a lot of really cool things, and again, these are the things that I would like to see. Here's the hammer. That hammer is just so incredibly good. This is the one thing that really is brand new, and I think it's a really cool, really weird, wacky thing that, you know, Fortnite, you know, is always adding these kinds of things. We only have a teaser of one, and obviously we're going to be getting some sort of My Hero Academia collab where they have, it almost looks like the Kamehameha. If you guys remember that when they did the Dragon Ball Z collab, it reacts a little bit differently. It looks like it's like literally like 10 times the size, which is crazy. I'm guessing maybe it does less damage. I don't know. But at the end of the day, the way I see it is it's a bunch of stuff that we've kind of had. And while it's still cool to get new content, I want things that affect gameplay a little bit more. But overall, in terms of the season, I would say it's overall pretty good. The one thing I would change, again, adding cool exotics and mythics. I would say the season, in terms of like a rating, if I was to give it like 10 being the best and 1 being like, y'all did skip out on the season. Like, you guys remember the primal guns when they first came out? I just really didn't like those. I didn't really feel like there's a gun that's like, oh my gosh, these guns are terrible. it's okay.
I mean, it's alright, like...
I would say the season, anywhere from like, I think a 7 is where I'd put it. I feel like the perks, they really could have made the perks feel a lot stronger. I mean, these decisions that we're making, I mean, some of them, like, you get to attach a balloon to you. Now, sure, balloons just getting attached to you, it's kind of wacky, but it's something we've already seen. I want to see new stuff. Some of the other perks in the game, again, they just like change like the way, like maybe, they don't even change like recoil. It'd be cool to see if we got some perks more similar to like Call of Duty where they really affect gameplay a little bit more. But the Excalibur rifle is an interesting weapon. Right now you can double pump with it. If you guys haven't checked that video out, definitely check that out. But in terms of the season, yeah, I think a 7 is a pretty solid like place to put it. That was what I would rate this season. And like, is it worth playing if you haven't played Fortnite in a while and you enjoy Fortnite? Sure. But if you didn't like Fortnite, this season isn't gonna add something crazy like Zero build. But anyways, going over the Excalibur rifle, like this gun, I think it's got a pretty good fun factor. Another thing that got added into the game, which I personally don't like, I never like getting hit by rockets. Being on the receiving end of rockets always feels bad when you're like waiting to peek shot someone and then they just hit you for like 100 from the side. It feels bad. But when you hit someone with a rocket, it probably feels like, yeah, I got him, right?
Got him!
But anyways, Excalibur rifle, what would I give this item in terms of like a rating? I would say this item is maybe like a 5 out of 10. Again, it's something we've already seen before. It's kind of hard to hit, but the thing that I think is really bad with this thing is really coming down to the reload speed. But like, you can double pump with it and it's really fun. As long as they don't nerf the double pump, I think the Excalibur is a really fun weapon overall. But it's like a 5 out of 10 because we've already seen a mechanic that is very, very similar to the game. The Thunder Shotgun, as far as rating it, like in terms of like overall, I mean, it's definitely the shotgun that I personally prefer, but it's when I'm rating these guns, I'm not rating on how good they are. I'm rating on how like interesting and exciting it is. For me, this is like a 2 out of 10, and the reason why is it's very similar to things that we've had before. It's basically just like the pump shotgun, right? Sure, it shoots out 2 shots, but for the most part, it's something we've already seen. So I like to see, again, new things for a new chapter. And while they did try to make it a little bit different in terms of like what it does, because it shoots out 2, it still hits for like, you can see these numbers, this is by esports GGs, keep in mind all these numbers could change as they update, but like it hits for 195. If it hit for 200, then we basically have the pumpkin. That 5 damage makes the difference between like, oh my gosh, the Thunder Shotgun, I want to use this because it can one shot, versus like, well, if I can't one shot, you know, maybe like if I hit someone for 148, I can pull out another weapon. This is the Maven auto shotty, by the way. These are both getting like perfect shots. I feel like it doesn't offer that exciting thing in the game. Like all the exotics, like we still have like the dub in the game. We still have like the Shadow Tracker pistol. Where's the brand new exotics? That's what I wanted. It's like a 2 out of 10. It's like, okay, it has double barrels. Maybe if it worked more like the double barrel shotgun where we only got like 1 shot and then we'd have to reload it. But then the dub already exists, so it's pointless. Again, 2 out of 10 on this one in terms of like, not rating on how good it is, but how exciting it is for a brand new chapter, because it's like a chapter review, right? Maven auto shotgun is like another 2 out of 10. It doesn't really offer anything that new. Now with the Red Eye Assault Rifle, I mean, at the end of the day, it's one of the best guns in the game, 100%. Sometimes I wear 2 of them in my inventory. I like it. It's really, really, really good. It's probably one of the best guns in the entire season, but it really incorporates more of a campy playstyle. I don't really like this gun, but there's not really anything too new about it. Like the AUG was something that you can beam people with, and it is very, very good overall. I would say this is one of the best weapons, but again, it doesn't offer anything new. It's like another 2 out of 10. The Twin Mag SMG, I gotta give this one like a 1. Like, it doesn't offer anything too new. Like, what's really weird with this weapon is when you shoot and then you have to reload, it does the fast reload once, but then you cannot reload the other mag until you empty the other magazine. It's really weird. It has 20 shots compared to the other SMG, the Uzi, which we've already had before. That has 33. Even though this one has 20 shots, the reload time is technically faster, but in a lot of fights, you pull out your shotgun, you hit him really good, and you finish him with the SMG. If you can't finish him with the SMG, you go back to the shotgun. So having this mechanic, maybe for people that would just want to use an SMG and never want to like swap weapons, sure, but like it's really nothing that new. With the Twin Mag, I think they could have added something a little bit newer. Maybe they could have even added the Gears of War mechanic where like if you reload it, you hit a certain button, it does a faster reload, and then in that magazine it does extra damage. Just something new, right? That's what I'm looking for. Like it's just, I don't see a point in it. Now, the tactical pistol is pretty good. I'll be working on a video that'll be dropping pretty soon, or it might be up by the time I upload this video. It's like how good the tactical pistol is. There is a perk where you do get more shots in your tactical pistol. It's okay. It's legitimately a pretty good upgrade. If you get the upgrade, I think the tactical pistol, it has a spot in the game. Like, it's not terrible. Usually people consider pistols pretty bad. But most recently, since they've been nerfing the headshot damage on a lot of the weapons, the tactical pistol is actually not that bad at all. It's got first shot accuracy. Don't sleep on it. That's literally the title of what I wanted to work on in terms of video. Now, there is, again, the other SMG as well that actually I don't think they listed this. This is supposed to be every new item, but I don't think they show it in here. But there is like an Uzi SMG, and I think in this gameplay, do I have it? Let me see. I usually carry it's the purple Uzi that you guys see on number 3 right there. It's one of my favorite weapons. That gun, I'm not gonna give it like a high rating. It's still like a 3 out of 10 because there's nothing new with it. It's literally just an SMG and it shoots, right? Over here, next up we have the Shockwave hammer. This is the best item here. Can we play this video? It'll probably just show how good it is. It's just so much fun to use it as mobility. If it had no cooldown on it, it'd probably be too OP. But 100% the hammer is the best item in the entire game. No questions about that. So the hammer, what would I give it? I give it legitimately a 9 out of 10. The only difference is with it, I feel like sometimes it's annoying in terms of like if it had an indicator on like when someone was using the hammer and moving around, it should have an indicator of when someone's using it, because it's kind of annoying to be on the receiving end of like you hear it, but like where the heck is it? Maybe it's supposed to feel OP, and I think things should feel OP. But on top of that, it could be frustrating when someone's running away and you don't have a hammer and they have it, right? But I think the hammer is the 9 out of 10. It is the best item in this season. But the thing is that, again, it's one of those things where it's like, if you have it, it's cool, but it's really annoying if other people have it and you don't. Does that make sense? But yeah, I think the hammer is definitely the best. Maybe even a 10 out of 10. You know what? We'll change it. 10 out of 10.
That's a 10.
It is the best item, and it's the only reason that I would say that the season is actually like fun and exciting and interesting. Next up though, there are these slap juice, little like drinks and barrels you can pop. There's also slap berries. They're really nothing too new. I mean, all it does is it heals you for I think like 5, but it also gives you your energy and it allows you to move faster. It's okay. Would I consider it super insane? I like the peppers more. If you guys remember the chili chug splashes and the peppers that you could eat that would give you increased movement speed. Some people would argue it's OP, but like I'm never gonna carry slap juice in my inventory, right? If it actually let me move faster and it healed me, then I would say slap juice could be really good. So if they give it movement speed, right now you have more extra stamina, which I mean it helps out, but I would much rather be able to move faster than have like unlimited energy. I think it's more interesting, but nonetheless, slap juice is I give it a 5. We just keep it in the middle because like it's new, like where we can get energy. I don't think there's anything that's gave us extra energy before, so that would be kind of cool. But again, no one's really holding these in their inventory. It's like you see slap juice, you drink it, and then you keep running on it. It's really not special. Same thing with the berries. The sky jellies, you know, interesting things with these, a lot of people don't know this, but if you shoot down the sky jellies like on the floor, what can happen is you can actually use them kind of like shockwaves. I wish you could pick these up and you could consume them and it would heal you for like 20, and then it would basically be a shockwave. That would have been pretty cool. So in terms of sky jellies, I would say it's okay.
I mean, it's alright, like...
It's like 5 out of 10. It's like in the middle. It's like, oh, okay, kind of cool, but like nothing too special, right? Next up, I actually like the hot spots. I'm not sure if people know about this, but on the map, if you open up the map and you see the gold text on some of the areas that you go to on the POIs, you can see that there's hot spots, and what that means is you can shoot down these things and they'll have crates. Technically, I'm gonna be honest, I think they stole that from Apex Legends. I want to say Apex Legends had that first. I don't know if PUBG added it, but I want to say they just took this from Apex. Now, do I like these? I think these are like an 8 out of 10. I think this is like okay. It's not something that's like, oh my gosh, this is super amazing. But I think that, you know, Fortnite should have had this for a while. But it's good to finally see it. Now, the one thing that I think Fortnite really should add, that I've been seeing a lot of content all around, is actually adding in proximity voice chat. That would be 11 out of 10, 12 out of 10. That would be the one wish that I would have, because I see so many funny things happen in Warzone. And I don't really play Warzone. I tried it. The game is too campy, too slow. People literally sit in corners for 5 hours. But the proximity chat, oh my gosh, is like the only reason why I want to play that game. So Fortnite could add a proximity voice chat this season. It would literally be the best thing that Fortnite has ever added. It is one of those things where I'm surprised they didn't add immediately. Remember how I think Apex let us like mark things on the map? Literally 1 week later, Fortnite was like, oh, just copy and paste that, throw it in our game. But again, Red Eye is super good. But there's really nothing new that you can see. I'm running double hammers because you can actually run 2. They have separate cooldowns. Hammer is literally the best thing out of the season. In terms of my review overall, like I said, it's like 7 right now. If they add proximity voice chat, I would give it 11 out of 10. That makes it so much better for content creation, and it's so good for like funny Fortnite moments, like where you have those crazy moments where you get to talk to random people. I always thought that if Fortnite would never add it, but I really think now that Call of Duty's done it, I think that people are like, dude, this is so cool. Fortnite will probably copy. I mean, Fortnite, they're smart. They like to copy other games of things that do work really well. Anyways, this gameplay is about to wrap up. Let's go ahead and eliminate him so we get that victory royale. I'm going to fast forward it over here because we're pretty much done. Look at these marked over here. One of the teammates used a perk to go ahead and mark him for me. But anyways, that was pretty awesome. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the gameplay and the video of the little victory royale over there. But let me know what you think of this season. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Let me know your thoughts. But if you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like on it. If you're new here, hit subscribe, turn on the bell to see more Fortnite and other gaming content. Take care, and I'm out. Peace.